When COVID hit, I was very, very concerned almost from the top, mainly because my great grandfather passed away in 1918 in the last pandemic that the world faced. And so I was very concerned, as well as my wife. And my wife is compromised. She's actually had her third shot as we speak, and I've had both of mine. At the very beginning, we were concerned that people weren't taking it as seriously as they should have, but it didn't take long before people caught on. And I think the mask wearing became almost instantaneous. You didn't walk into a store without wearing a mask. We're in a situation today where there are a lot of people who are unemployed, mainly because of COVID. But even before that, in Canada, we have about 3.7 million people that live either on or below the poverty line. And if you're in that situation, you have so much money that you can spend, and some of your expenses are absolute musts. If you're living or renting in a house or in an apartment building, you have to pay that rent or you're out on the street. And if you don't pay your electrical bill or your water bill, you're out on the street. And if you happen to have a car that you use for your transportation instead of public transportation, if you don't go up to the gas pump with money, you're out of luck. And if you have repair on the car or insurance for the car, those things have to be paid. The bottom line is that there are two expenses that are negotiable. One is clothing and one is food. And we do have access to secondhand clothing, which makes it a little bit easier on the purchase of clothing, especially during the winter months. But then what do you do if you can't afford anything else? Well, it's the food that suffers. So while people may believe that people who go to food banks are maybe lazy, that's not true. There are so many who have no choice because all the other expenses that they have eat up at whatever money they have. So it's my belief that we should be contributing toward this facet of our economy. And in actual fact, we do. Uh, it's quite amazing, believe it or not, there is one food bank in our area that was feeding 200 families a week. And because of COVID, they're now feeding between 800 and 1,100 families a week. That's what COVID has done.